Nightmare King Grimm is the dream boss version of Troop Master Grimm. It is one of the most challenging and fun fights in all of Hollow Knight. What I love about this fight is that it manages to still be challenging and simple, making it challenging but also fun, which can't be said about all endgame fights in Hollow Knight. Anyways, now that we have a brief introduction to Nightmare King Grimm, let's learn about how to beat him. So first we have our table of contents. First I will be going through the charm build, then I will be going through the fight, and finally I'll end it off with the Radiant charm build. Also, just a quick note, if anything looks slightly different, that is because I've already beat him in the base game, and so now I will be playing in Godhome, so if anything looks just a little different, that's why, but all these tips and all of the advice still applies. The charm build for Nightmare King Grimm consists of Sharp Shadow to help you with some attacks and help you get some damage in. Unbreakable or Fragile Strength, even if you only have Fragile, that's fine because you can still use it and it won't break since this is a dream fight. And it buffs Sharp Shadow's damage, which is really good. Then Grimm Child to, actually enter the fight. Then Soul Catcher, because of the lack of soul gained from Sharp Shadow, it helps you build up enough soul to heal during the stagger. And finally, Long Nail, just for a little bit of extra range, although I could see an argument being made for some of the other 2-cost charms instead. And so that's the charm build. Now we'll move into the attacks. Nightmare King Grimm has a variety of attacks. The first one we'll go into is Bats, as it's the easiest attack and the best one for damage. And so, when he uses the Bats attack, you'll shoot 4 bats, one up, one down, another up, and then another down. And if you dash after the first bat, you will take damage. So you want to dash after the second bat, also known as the first bat that flies down. And so then after that you should be pretty close to him, and you have time to get in 2 nail hits. And this is a place where Sharp Shadow helps, because it makes the dash a lot less precise. Since you dash further, you don't need to worry much about getting hit by the final bat. And so that's pretty simple attack. Then the next attack is where he will dash up at you and then burst out into flames. And so then this is a pretty simple attack too. What you're going to want to do is use Sharp Shadow to dash through and damage him once he does it. And so then to avoid the flames that fall down, you just want to stand pretty near to where he was once he jumped off the ground, and then you'll dodge it. If you're good, you can dash through and also hit him once from behind, but that's pretty hard to do, so just focus on dashing through and dodging the flames. Then the next attack is his double dash attack, where he starts high, then dashes to the ground, then dashes across. Now the problem with this is this leaves a huge flame trail behind, which means it's very dangerous. And so my advice is to actually completely ignore damage. Don't go for Sharp Shadowing through him. Just double jump up, and just stay up, because you can try and pogo him at the end of his dash, but he does raise his head up a bit, and I found myself getting hit by that a lot, because I would jump to pogo him, and then he would raise his head, and I would get hit by that, and that sucks. And so then his next attack is the floor spikes, where he just leaves and puts some spikes on the floor. And honestly, I have no advice for this one. Just try and dodge it. Like, It's not the hardest. It's not easy either, though, for sure. And so then his next attack is the Flame Pillar attack. This is also a great phase for damage. He'll summon 4 flame pillars that track your position and shoot up into flames, but he's still for the whole time. A lot of people use this chance to Abyss Shriek him. Honestly, I find the timing pretty hard to do that, and if you do too, I just recommend hitting him twice and then dashing through him with Sharp Shadow, and you don't need to learn the timing and you still do pretty good damage. And so then his final attack is his Pufferfish attack, and the main tip I have for this one is you'll get better over time. At first, this was one of the hardest attacks for me, and now it's about on par with all of the other ones. And so, just make sure that you're doing the smallest hops you can over the 1-stack balls that go along the ground. And don't dash through anything with Shade Cloak. You're almost always going to end up getting hit. And then the last thing he can do, which isn't an attack, is Stagger, where he turns into bats. Take this opportunity. You can pretty safely heal 3 times, or just heal twice if you don't have the soul, or if you have no soul, just try and hit him a few times and then heal, because you still get soul for hitting him in bat form. And so those are really all of Nightmare King Grimm's attacks. And so his attacks really aren't the hardest. What makes the boss fight so hard is that they're very fast in succession with each other, so you can get caught off guard, and if you slip up a little, you have basically no room to mess up here, because you effectively only have 5 health without using any health charms, so you don't have much opportunity to mess up. So just practice him and you should be good. Anyways, now on to the Radiant Charm build. So the charms that I personally recommend is, to start off, you definitely want Unbreakable or Fragile Strength and Grubberfly Allergy, just because the Grubberfly thing, it's very good for this fight. Like, it is extremely good for this fight. And so then from there, you want Sharp Shadow like before, and then I would also put on Long Nail, and then you can overcharm with whatever you like better, Mark of Pride or Quick Slash. I personally prefer Quick Slash, just because the thing with Quick Slash is it works really well with the Grubber Flies, since you can shoot the ranged projectiles, and almost no matter what he's doing, you can hit him with the Grubber Fly projectiles, and they don't knock you back when you make contact with them. So they're really good. Yeah, but anyways, that's my Nightmare King Grimm guide. I hope you managed to beat him. If you do, let me know in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. And have a great day.